Ashley, my senses are indicating a highly acidic atmosphere composition.
Fluoric acid condensation is definitely abnormal compared to what we've seen in other parts of the planet. Something must be emitting the acid straight into the air. Let's look around to see what we can find.
Technology has been developed. New blueprints are available for crafting.
A new technology has been developed. New blueprints are available for crafting. The acidic fumes are much denser near this growth. This thing must be responsible for the highly corrosive atmosphere in this area.
This life form is multiplying very rapidly. It is subdividing its cells, similarly to Earth-based yeast. The fluid inside these cells is highly corrosive. Please keep a safe distance.
There must be much more of this acidic yeast growing here. The orbital scanner report indicated that this entire biome is covered in these fumes. We should study it further before setting up a permanent outpost in this area of the planet.
Ashley, I strongly suggest using a bioscanner to gather samples from these life forms. The fluid inside them is a highly condensed acid that can easily burn through my armor. The bioscanner will allow us to gather samples from a safe distance. Research completed.
I feel the ground shaking, and my scanners are detecting small eruptions of acidic gases. I think an acidic eruption is coming.
Multiple fissures are opening up and are erupting with highly corrosive gas. We won't be able to build anything within these clouds.
The eruption is over. A new technology has been developed.
New blueprints are available for crafting. A new technology has been developed. New buildings are available for construction.
A new technology has been developed.
New buildings are available for construction. A new technology has been developed. New buildings are available for construction.
I'm seeing very dark and heavy clouds on the horizon. Their composition suggests acid rain is coming. We have to prepare quickly. We won't be able to build anything while it's raining. It's raining acid. It's going to corrode and damage our buildings. A new technology has been developed. New blueprints are available for crafting.
Acid rain is over. We should inspect the entire base to assess the extent of the damage. Is under attack. A portal has been destroyed. decrease in wind speed. This may affect our wind turbines.
The wind is very slow today. Wind turbine efficiency is not going to be that great.
Research completed.
Wind is picking up again.
A new technology has been developed.
New blueprints are available for crafting.
Storage is full. Build more storage facilities. I'm detecting a change in wind power. This may affect our wind turbines.
Pilot depleted. Okay, that's enough samples to start researching them in the alien research lab. Interesting. We found traces of palladium inside the acidic yeast samples that we just collected. It might be a good idea to search for larger colonies of this life form. They might indicate the location of higher concentrations of palladium. The acidic yeast colonies that we've observed seem to grow from a central root inside the colony. I'd like to study a living colony in its natural habitat to gather more data on how it gathers palladium from the environment. We'll need to construct a local research station near one of the colonies in order to do that. We'll have to download the necessary technology for that building if we don't have it yet.
Ashley, I'm afraid that the research station will not be able to scan the colony from a safe distance. It would have to be placed very close to the root of the colony to work properly. We will not be able to build anything that close to the root without being overwhelmed by its growth, especially given the fact that we do not want to destroy it.
I think that we can prevent the colony from overgrowing our base by covering the soil with a structure that the acidic yeast can't grow on.
Standard floor tiles are going to be corroded by the colony.
We can prevent that. Now that we know the type of acid that this life form is producing, we can research special anti-corrosive flooring that will protect our base. We just need to build the research station on the anti-corrosive floor tiles.
Rift jump successful. Environmental scanning in progress.
The natural background radiation in this area is very high. It would kill most living organisms from Earth.
My standard radiation shielding can withstand these levels of exposure without any damage. However, if the background radiation is so high in this area, then we can expect much more intense sources of gamma particles. These could pose a serious threat.
The protective atmosphere is also very thin in this area. UV radiation from the sun could pose a real threat. No wonder this area looks like a desert. We'll have to improve environmental shielding on our structures before setting up a larger outpost. In this area.
Ashley, we should gather more data about this area. We can later use the readings from my... sensors to develop improved radiation and UV shielding for both my armor and our structures.
Okay, let's try to scout as much area as possible to feed your sensors with enough data. Our sensors are indicating large quantities of tanzanite within the cacti specimen.
We can use tanzanite as a catalyst for production of high-energy weaponry and equipment. It would be great if we could gather large quantities of this mineral to create something useful.
A broader arsenal of weaponry could undoubtedly help us survive against all these new hostile species. Let's start researching tanzanite handling.
A new technology has been developed.
New buildings are available for construction. Fascinating. Look at this creature. It has a very dense and thick carapace, yet it moves very swiftly over sand. We should study this species further.
I can sense a few of these creatures in this area, but this won't be enough to gather samples for research.
Let's pass this creature's characteristics to the orbital scanner and look for a location where we can find more of them.
Affirmative, Ashley. We should have some results available shortly. Orbital scanning completed. We found a location that looks like a breeding ground for the Stregoros species. We can go there to study it further.
Solar radiation is getting back to normal. The sunburn is over. A new technology has been developed.
New buildings are available for construction. Green crystals are emitting a lot of gamma radiation. Try not to stand too close to them, or they will damage my armor. Environmental scanning completed. We've gathered enough data to start developing advanced UV shielding and radiation shielding in the alien laboratory.
Developed. Mr. Wraith?
Research completed.
I think that we can use the natural background radiation data that we've just gathered to filter out the naturally occurring radiation within the desert dome. We can use the orbital scanner to search for even higher condensations of radiation to pinpoint a possible location for extracting nuclear fuel necessary to finish constructing the rift station.
Affirmative, Ashley. We should have some results available shortly. Orbital scanning completed. Ashley, we've detected a new area within the desert biome that can potentially contain higher condensations of radioactive elements. I have marked its location on the orbital scanner interface.
Excellent. We should go there as soon as possible. It would also be good to have the radiation shielding research finished before going on that mission.
The weather is changing. I'm set.
Carbonium deposit depleted.
Iron deposit depleted.
Rift jump successful. Warning. Temperature above safety levels. This area is hotter than we expected. My armor is going to sustain damage from the heat.
We've landed in the middle of an active volcanic area. We expected high temperatures, but not this high. The measurements from the orbital scanner were different. Something's off. We won't survive here for long.
Ashley, I'm detecting multiple temperature anomalies close to our position. It looks like my sensors are broken. The temperature suddenly drops in these areas by hundreds of degrees.
We received some anomalous readings from the orbital scanner. This might be it. We have to investigate that. Growth formation is very peculiar. It's a crystal entwined in very strong vines. It looks like this life form actually cultivates this crystal.
This crystal contains a rare mineral called Uranium. It can be used for gravitational field manipulation when combined with a powerful magnetic field. It doesn't exist on Earth.
The magnetic field in this biome is acting completely strange. It is very fitting to see this mineral here. We should definitely research these crystals further. This will allow us to gather more Ferdinite and create new equipment. This is amazing. These plants are unlike anything I've ever seen before. The temperature around them is much below the freezing temperature of water.
Ashley, moving closer to this plant, we can study it from up close and cool off in its aura.
The chemical compounds that are secreted by these plants react with the volcanic gases that are present here. This reaction sucks enormous amounts of energy from the space around it, resulting in very rapid cooling of its surroundings. It's an astonishing survival mechanism.
We can use this effect to our advantage. The space around these plants is safe for us, so we can use it to regenerate while moving around this biome.
We should try to replicate this effect. We have to gather enough samples of this plant to research it in a lab. We can do that by cutting them down or by using the bioscanner.
I would strongly suggest using the bioscanner. It is much more effective than gathering usable samples. And it will not destroy our safety zones. You can craft it in the armory if you haven't done that already. detecting intense seismic activity. A strong earthquake is coming.
It's an earthquake! It's going to seriously damage all buildings near its epicenter.
We've gathered enough samples to study these cryoplants in our alien research laboratory.
Let's do this as soon as possible. If we can learn to replicate this effect, then we should be able to move freely around this biome.
A new technology has been developed. New buildings are available for construction.